A twice amended ordinance made its way through the Fairbanks North Star Borough Assembly last night. That measure, sponsored by Assemblymember Nick Leginas, amended the section of Borough Code that describes failure to provide humane care for animals. Patrick Gilchrist reports.
Fairbanks North Star Borough residents will have new guidelines for providing humane care to animals. A measure that passed the Assembly Thursday night adds 19 lines to the existing code in an attempt to describe what qualifies as adequate food, water, shelter, veterinary care, and prevention of suffering.
I ask that you put your faith and trust in our animal control staff to use this ordinance along with common sense as a guide to enforce code and protect our animals.
The ordinance underwent 2 amendments Thursday night. The first changed the subject in the code's sentence to an owner or caretaker rather than the more generic subject, a person. That move got the go-ahead without dissent. The second change also passed, but ruffled some feathers. Leginas had sought to remove the word negligently from code through his ordinance. That would have meant an owner or caretaker could commit the violation if they failed to meet one of the guidelines when caring for their pet, rather than negligently failing to meet one of those guidelines. Assemblymember Barbara Haney says that qualifier should remain.
You know, it's always possible to find somebody having a rough moment or something. But I think that word negligently is really critical.
Leginas says the ordinance aimed at laying down code that animal control officers could enforce with more ease. Assemblymember Kristen Kelly picked up that thread in defense of removing negligence as a prerequisite.
If I was speeding, the police would not care if it was a matter of negligence as well. I simply broke the law. So I'm concerned about reintroducing something and making it more complicated.
The motion to reinstate the word ultimately passed 5-4, with Kelly, Leginas, and Assembly members Mindy O'Neill and Savannah Fletcher voting no. The twice amended ordinance then received unanimous approval from the Assembly. It took effect at 5 p.m. on Friday. I'm Patrick Gilchrist, reporting for News Center Fairbanks.